Hey there, welcome to Matt's Garage. This piece is 100% done now. Here it is next to the original, so you can see how those bumps turned out there. And then on the back side, I just got in there with the burr and carved them out so that it would look factory. Here I just put the coat of rust paint on there. I'm just putting this on everything as I go here to protect it in the time that I'm taking to put it together, and then when I'm all done I'm gonna be going over everything with the final color for this vehicle. 2 coats of paint on there. So there's the back side of that patch. I welded all along there from the back side as well. So I'm just starting the outer patch for the back of the lower quarter panel on the left side here, and it's going to be a little tricky because I'm missing this whole corner of the quarter panel. I have no reference to say where the corner actually falls. So what I did, I went on to the 240 owners group, owners club on Facebook there, and really nice guy on there, Randy, helped me out there and got me some measurements off his car. So big thanks there, Randy, if you're watching. Thanks again for getting those measurements for me. That's very helpful. Okay, so to get started with this panel, you can see that it's got quite a sharp body line there. I've marked it on the inside. You can clearly see it on the outside. It's actually got a dish after that line, but that dish is quite subtle. And it also, our seam is going to be in the middle of the dish. So we're going to add the dish after the line. The first thing we'll do is beat that line in, and we'll make it a little more pronounced than it actually is. And then we'll roll this bottom, and then we're going to add that bottom lip as well. So since it's quite a sharp line, I'm going to use that end of my hammer to start with. You can see how nicely that line's taken shape now. We're just going to go along it, work it a little straighter, get rid of all those little bumps in it. So you can see I still need to go a bit more on that one. You can see I'm slowly adding that curl in there. Don't want to rush it, because if I rush it I'll just have hammer dents everywhere, and then I'll have to go back over it to get them out. So you can see that's very smooth there. I'm somewhat smoothing the bottom side by bend at the same time by where I'm hitting here. I'm taking down high spots as I see them, and I'm constantly working to make the metal smoother. Here we'll lay it on this side. We can see how that's lining up there, but we still got some work to do. By the way, if I didn't mention already, this is 20 gauge sheet here that I'm working with. That's pretty standard for body metal. Newer cars are often 22 gauge. A lot of times on older vehicles, truck boxes were made out of heavier gauge steel than the rest of the body of the vehicle, so watch out for things like that. It's a good idea to match up thicknesses when you can. It helps a lot when you're welding it in to prevent warpage. If you've got 2 different thicknesses of metal, then they expand and contract at different rates, and you get abnormal movements and lots of warpage. Well, I drew a line on there, and I have no idea if it's for sure in the right place, but I'm going to beat the lip out on that line and hope that it'll line up. Okay, now that we got that nice crisp line there, so there we have that nice lip on there now. If you can actually see there, it's lining up really close on everything. So I just got to put that upper bend in there, and I think we'll have her. Okay, so you can see I've got that kind of shape in there now, and I think all these shapes are a little bit more pronounced than they need to be. But you can see the panel also have some ripples in it, so as I go over it and flatten those down and rework everything and do the final fitting, some of that shape will come out. So you always want to start with a bit sharper bend than you need, because as you're working it, it will come out, and it won't have the right amount of pronunciation. You'll really have trouble working it back to what you need if you've started out with it not bent enough. It's much easier if it's overbent to just take a little bend out. So now, as I say, it's got a bit too sharp of bends in it, so that's okay. We're just gonna tip this up, and we're gonna go along here. This is a straight edge here, so we'll beat this straight on here. Okay, now it's always a good idea to get a straight edge out and just check everything. So that looks really nice. That looks really nice. That needs a little work, but that's going to be straightened as I put it in too. We've definitely got the panel close enough to do the final marking and trimming here now. I'm not going to trim anything on the ends because I've got flanges to make on both ends, but I should be able to trim it here. The only thing I'm going to do is go check it on the car real quick here and see how it's actually fitting on the car. So I've gone ahead and just temporarily installed the outer patch that I made here, and then what I'm going to be doing here is clamping the trunk drop up in here temporarily. You can see I've cut that piece of the wheel well out there, and then I've got this going on, so I've got to fit that in there. But before I can get those accurate dimensions, I have to have that all clamped up to the trunk drop in there, because I have to make a lip on there to hold this edge. So I've just been working away on the dolly here, and just hammering this out so that I get the right shape, get a nice curve to it. Bit of a curve going that way. It's like a compound curve there, and then I just have to cut that piece out of it basically. Once I figure out the exact dimensions that piece has to be, because as you can see, there's a bunch of it missing. Thanks for watching Matt's Garage. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and have yourself a great day.